So we are already getting calls from animal shelters, MSPCA, and the whole 9 yards. And again, I want to stress, I don't lack compassion. I get it. I get why my mom, she's feeling bad that her alone time is limited with my old blind dog. But that's just the way it goes. When it comes to hurting my mom's feelings, I draw the line if it's to do with what I deem necessary to keep Omar safe. You understand? Period. I don't care what any of people say. If I know, based on my observations, even when my mom wasn't living here, what needs to be done regarding Omar, then that's what needs to be done, and that's it. But it's like when you talk about when a spouse dies or something and already you're on to the next one. Omar and I aren't even out of here yet, and she's already calling around to get a new dog, and she's not thinking in terms of, she just thinks it's so simple. It's not. You're bringing a brand new life into, you know what I mean? And with your background and with your whatever, you shouldn't do it. But I'm not saying even that she shouldn't do it. There's loads and loads of elderly people who have dogs. And if something happens, God forbid, to that elderly person, the family takes the dog, usually. I have no problem with that, okay? I do have a problem with her rushing into this. She already got a call, but it wasn't the dog she wanted. You get it? But Mrs. So-and-so, we do get those types of dogs. We don't have any now, but we do get them from time. You know what I mean? And when I try to explain to her what the professional said, okay, this is a dog used to being alone. This is a dog used to being the king of your universe. It's not his fault. He's old and blind, and you're not able to remember. You know, you're not doing it on purpose, but I have to protect my dog. You've almost sat on him. You crush your legs when you can't in this house, you know. Told you what happened with me sitting there writing with the pen. My legs weren't crossed, but my pen was up, and he went to jump on my lap and almost put his eye into the pen. And I was at the corner. He had the whole couch to jump, but he wants to be where I am, okay? And I'm sorry, but... And the thing is, even this is temporary in terms of when I leave. She doesn't like when I leave and put him in the cage, or he goes to the bathroom in the cage or whatnot, but I don't leave all the time, number one. And number two, this place is still not safe for him. I need to Omar-proof this place, and I haven't had a chance, Mom, okay? I'm doing the best I can. This contracting nightmare is not over with. And I will admit, I like this woman. I like her. I like her. What I'm about to tell you, I got to joke with her today, and it was funny. You guys are going to laugh your ass off, some of you, at this. I had to first say, you don't strike me as a prude. You're not a prude, right? And she was like, yeah, and I didn't think so. I'm like, I got to tell you what happened with Comcast. This is so funny. I'm going to take my glasses off and tell you what happened with Comcast, okay? First, I'm going to tell you what happened with the contractor. With the contractor, still not over with. She came here today wishful thinking, and this shows me why these careless things could happen in the first place. She calls me in. Oh, Laura, it's working fine. No, it's not. She turns it fast all the way to hot, and it doesn't come out. No. When somebody's reaching down to adjust the water, they don't turn it to scalding hot. They do it slowly to get it just to the point between cold and hot. Remember, I'm not used to dealing with these faucets. I think even when I lived in California, we had the separate hot and cold. It's not, I don't know when that came into play, that it's not legal anymore, but you know what I mean? This is new to me, except in being in hotels and stuff with the hot and cold combined, okay? That one knob turning this way, that way. The fact is, I deserve to not have water coming down on my head when I'm just reaching down to adjust the water, okay? It's not supposed to come out the top. And I was happy for her. I'm like, wow, it's working. But no, she did it fast. You do it fast, you're not going to realize. It's when you do it slow. It's the diverter valve. It's something to do with inside. So guess what? She didn't want her plumber to come here today for nothing. She thought she could, because she could fix the tub drain in the sink, as I already told you. So in the end, she did nothing today, except she didn't bother sealing it, because why seal it if they're going to be running water? She wants to do the sealing at the very end. So the bottom line is we talked, we laughed, she took measurements in my closet, as I told you. She didn't get the runners until she has measurements in my closet. She did install the new thing, we tested it, she thinks she fixed the sink, but she's not sure. She's like, so they're coming. or I'm sorry, the plumber's going to come, but she's coming back because that's the rules. And I even said, I still want you to do the shower doors. I'm pissed at that stupid carelessness, put my shower doors on wrong. Okay? And you're like, that's what you're mad about? Well, I still don't see how a professional plumber didn't do the tub drain right. But she didn't bother to do anything. She's like, let him do it. He's going to come anyway. She was hoping that this new thing, it's called troubleshooting, it didn't work. And I hope, she took the other one away. This one's more expensive probably. It's the top rated one at Lowe's. It's called an HTO Kinetic Delta brand. It's 663215, I think is the number. But the hose hangs down longer, which is kind of annoying because it gets in the way of that knob. The other one that we had must have been a little bit shorter because that wasn't happening, but so what? Nothing I can do. I picked out a $50 one, and there's no predicting what hose length is going to... I couldn't do that. I just had to... We wanted a different one, and this is a highly recommended one, so... But isn't that hysterical? They're coming back. And I said, you're going to be here too, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, I understand there's emergencies in this life. I deal with emergencies with my mom and whatnot. Okay, emergencies happen, but in short of, unless there's a friggin' emergency, I expect your fucking plumber to be here on the day we set up. And she's like, so do I, Laura, so do I. Oh. And that's where we stand. I'm at their mercy because shit happens, as we know. And I'm at their mercy. So nothing was done today. Just the new shower thing put in. That's it. Because she's like, why bother doing the other stuff? Maybe they're going to need... Well, I'm not going to do the shower doors now. We might have to take them off if they need more room. They might have to open up the panel. Just because they think they won't. The plumber thinks he won't have to open up that panel, that he can do it right through there. But I have my doubts about that too. Okay? And I learned about the grab bar. So it doesn't have to be it's weird. It's a Moen safety grip one, and it looks, there's a video on it on YouTube, and she was trying to explain it to me, and I didn't understand, and then I watched the video, and I didn't understand it, but it's just like something's there, and it's not attached to the wall stud, it's attached just to that plastic thing, and it's sturdy. I can pull on it with all my might. It's amazing. So she went all out for that. You have to give her that. She's not somebody, contractor, who just says, fuck you, and runs away. I have my money. I don't care about you anymore. She'll keep coming back and coming back. And I like her. I like her. That goes a long way when you admit you fucked up or admit you people fucked up, and she knows. She's not happy about this happening. But she didn't do it. See? That's the thing. She had said she was going to be the one here. It's not her fault if the plumber fucked up. She didn't do it. So... that's where we stand now. I'm dressed. I won't have to age restrict this, even if I talk about something erotic, which isn't. Don't get your hopes up. This is so funny that I invite all of you to tell this story to anyone you please, because I swear to God it's true. I couldn't make this shit up. So, you know I have a DVR service. I told you I love it. I kept it even though I only had a trial period for a year. Now I have to pay $15 a month for it, but I love it. I love being able to rewind back anything. It's on that channel. You can rewind back an hour. You can tape shows. I just love going through commercials. My mom, I want to watch the commercials. Like, Mom, this is my pleasure. One of my pleasures is not watching commercials. You have your own TV. If you watch stuff by yourself on your TV or this one when I'm not around, whatever, go watch commercials to your heart's content. I'm fast-forwarding through the commercials. It saves me time. It takes a 30-minute program, and 10 minutes gone from commercials means it's 20 minutes, and I know I don't like commercials. I like only certain ones. I love that Metamucil, the Mucinex, where I sent him far, where's your cold? I sent him far, far away. I love all the Mucinex commercials. And then he's with a gorilla, and he's like, have you seen some lady with a cold? You know, I'm looking for some in the jungle, and the gorilla goes, blah, and he sends them to Kingdom Come or whatever. That's funny. All the Mucinex commercials are funny. I like some commercials, but most of the time when I watch programs, the same commercials will play every time, over and over and over. Every break, they'll play the same ones. And if you're watching World News Tonight, it's all piss me off medication commercials. And even my mom says, oh my God, they have a medication for everything. She noticed it, even for diarrhea. I know, everything, Mom. Medication, pills. And I say, I don't do that. I do the old-fashioned stuff. Even my Joe says, when you have diarrhea, it's your body trying to get rid of it. You shouldn't try to do whatever to it chemically, or, you know, you just let it run its course. Literally. Anyway. But they have medication for every fucking thing, and that's what plays if you're watching the news or you're watching World News Tonight, but fast forward through commercials, okay? So, I went to watch My Good Doctor, okay? I admit I've been watching The Bachelor, alright? Out of just morbid fascination of all the drama and all the ridiculousness, and, you know, not because I'm really enjoying it. And let's just make that clear, but I have been watching it. I think I missed something. I fell asleep sometime. I missed something somewhere, but you get cut. It's all the same crap, okay? For 20 years, it's all the same. 20 seasons, it's all the same crap. I watched it barely, but you know, she had me watching it in the hotel, and then I get hooked if I never start in the first place. But if she watches it, then I'm watching it, and then she stops watching it. Get it? And then I have to watch it. So I was going to watch. I went to Lowe's yesterday, so I got home late, okay, with the buses and this, that, or whatever, and stopped at the store, and, you know, so I went to watch My Good Doctor late. And I'm looking at my DVR, my recordings, and first I saw at the top, it's like 99% full, which it's not going to record my stuff. Now, I'm looking. I swear to God, you guys have to tell this story to everybody. I'm going to tell it to strangers. Maybe some cute guy, and it'll be an opener or something, a good conversation piece. Because it's fucking hysterical, okay? I'm looking at my recordings, and it says, recording now, 10 co-eds, something, blah, blah, blah. And then I look down, and it's like, sapphic this, and whatever, and I click to get the description. It's talking about orgasms and three-ways and Sappho and women and whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this? To myself, okay? What is this? I didn't record this. What's going on? And I'm like, it was like, after 11, you know, you're not going to get regular Comcast. You could get someone. I'm not trying to be prejudiced, but I was happy I got somebody that I could understand and I could explain this to. Okay, I got someone named Sabrina, and we had a good laugh, but she couldn't tell me why it happened. I said, Sabrina, my DVR on your Comcast spontaneously recorded porn. What's going on? And she's like, I don't know, Laura. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, I'm laughing about this, but if this happened in a household with children, parents would be very upset. And I said, how can this happen? I'm not subscribed to the Penthouse channel. This is porn. And I read her the titles. And she's like, I don't know, Laura. I'm going to have to put my manager. I have to put you on hold. She put me on hold for quite a while. She came back, and she said, you know what, Laura? My management said they've heard of DVRs spontaneously recording stuff, but never porn. I said, but Sabrina, I'm not subscribed to the Penthouse channel. How? And I'm like, what would happen if, would I be able to watch this if I wanted to? And she's like, yeah, I think you would, but I wouldn't do it. I'm like, because if I click watch, I was like, you can't charge me anyway. I didn't order this. I had to make sure I wasn't accidentally signed up for the Penthouse channel. Number one, I wasn't even home when they were recording, okay? We laughed and laughed. I read her the titles, and I said, Sabrina, this is porn. My DVR spontaneously recorded porn, and on top of that, if it's filling up with stupid porn that I didn't order, and I joked with her, I'm like, you know what, to be blunt, if I wanted porn, I can watch it on the internet. You know, I don't need to subscribe to it. I don't even need it on my TV, but it's filling up my thing. Now my innocent programs aren't going to record. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, and you can't tell me why it happened? She's like, no. They can't tell you. She's like, it's a faulty box. A faulty box. So I told my contractor that today, and she laughed, and she thought she got the same thing as I said before I even said it. She's like, if someone had children, they'd be pissed. They would be so pissed that their DVR spontaneously recorded porn, and they can't tell you why it happened. And then she tried to delete it from her end, and it didn't work. She's like, well, you're going to have to go in and delete it. I said, but I wanted to make sure that, I'm like, you went into my account and you saw what I'm talking about, right? She said, yes, I see the titles there. You're right. We believe you. Not that we wouldn't believe you. We saw it. We don't know why. My manager doesn't know why. And you know me, I want to know why about everything. I want to know why it happened, because how do I know what happened again? You don't. She's like, my management has heard of it. It's very rare, Lorna. Why does it happen? A faulty cable box. And then she's like, well, you have choices here. You can bring it in yourself and get a new box and then hook it up yourself. I'm like, I'm not doing that out of a car. Or we can mail it to you, but you have to pay the $10 shipping. I'm like, I'm not paying a penny. It's not my fault you think you recorded porn when I didn't order it. And she says, the third thing is we can have someone come out. I'm like, I'm not going to have to pay the $40. She's like, no, of course not. And if we accidentally charge you, you call up and you get it removed. I've marked it in 2 different places. I'm like, they're going to know that it's spontaneously recorded porn, right? She's like, oh, yeah. Unreal. Is that not the funniest fucking thing? I was laughing my ass off while also being aware of the fact if it happened in a household with children, there are parents who would be livid that their DVR service spontaneously recorded porn. Alright? They would be livid. This was porn, people. The description said, I won't say what it said. But I know, and I could have clicked on it if I want. They still couldn't charge me. I said it to her. I'm like, even if I watched this, you couldn't charge me. I didn't ask for it. I want to make sure I wasn't signed up for it. You have to have a subscription to Penthouse. You have to pay a monthly fee. I can understand more if it recorded like a Lifetime movie or something by accident. It was for porn from the Penthouse channel that I wasn't signed up for. Because I'm like, you better not. I'm not signed up for it. It's like whatever it is a month. I don't even know. And she's like, you're not signed up for it. I'm like, then how did it do it? And they can't give me an answer. They can't give me an answer. Can you guys give me an answer? Did you ever work for Comcast? Is it some weird fucking thing? So it's just a weird thing to laugh about, okay? But it happened to me. And it had recorded 3 earlier, and I'm like, I wasn't even home. I didn't order this. And then I said, playing devil's advocate, I'm like, my mom was on this TV, but you shouldn't, I said, should you be able to even record these things if you're not subscribed? I mean, you shouldn't even let you record. She's like, no. And I said, what would happen if I hit watch? She goes, would it let me watch it? She's like, I think it would, but I wouldn't do it. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not gonna. I'm just wondering. I was tempted. I wasn't tempted to watch it. Again, I can watch Pornhub, I can watch whatever on the internet, okay? I was tempted for experimental reasons. I was so tempted. I said to her, the curiosity killed the cat. I was joking with her because I was so tempted to hit watch and see if it would actually let me watch it. And she thinks it would. She's like, I wouldn't do it, but I think it would let you. But you know, they can't charge me. They don't know that someone in my household wasn't a kid who hit watch. They can't charge me. I didn't order it, but I wanted to desperately not to watch it, mind you. I'm not going to watch it. My mom's right in the other bedroom. There you go. It's not like the privacy of my own bedroom, you know. But I was curious for experimental purposes only. I wanted to click on watch just for a second, just to see if it would play, but I didn't do it. I was a good little girl. I deleted them all without doing my experiment. But Serena thought, she's like, she didn't say I think, she's like, yeah, to let you watch it. I'm like, how can it spontaneously record porn? I don't know. My manager doesn't know. She's heard of it happening, but not with porn. And there we go. So that's where we stand. My mom wants a new dog, my DVR, and not even thinking about all the connotations of that, dealing with old blind Omar, because she feels sorry for herself that her alone time now is limited with old blind Omar, and it wasn't for all these years. I understand that. My DVR spontaneously recorded porn, and the contracting nightmare is not over. Bye.